So what have I been doing these past few days? I've been collecting and cleaning up and sorting and, well, getting a lot of stuff together, as you can see. I also got some new toys to play with. This one I showed you is the 5 kilogram one, which I still have not used. Graphite crucible, which will probably be used for copper and brass. This is the one I am currently using and I have used for a project involving brass, which made the thing all messy. I kind of have to like clean that out a bit and clean it up on the outside if I want to use it for anything else. It has degraded quite a bit, however, so I think I'm going to use it for a fun little project. I have a lot of metals which are not magnetic, and I have no idea which metals they are. So I thought the electric furnace is a handy way of kind of finding out what things are. I also got a new crucible for my electric furnace, which is a 1 kilogram one. Slightly mistaken, I had to get the 3 kilogram one. It also came slightly damaged, but no matter, this should work fine. Not sure what I'm going to do with the 1 kilogram one. Maybe if I eventually go for gold and use this. But this one I'm going to use for a, I don't know, mystery metal meltdown at some point. Just toss in all kinds of small bits that are not magnetic and I have no idea what they are. I'll show you my pile in a bit. And this one you've seen. It's a cast iron pot for pouring. And I got a couple of cast iron ingot molds. And these are really heavy and really strong. These have some layer of coating on them, which this one does not, because this was supposed to be for cooking, I guess. This one, however, not. I'm very eager to make some nice ingots. I'm not sure what I will be starting with. Maybe aluminium, because I have a lot of that laying around by now. And I got some more silicone molds at the same shop I got the previous ones from. These are like trays, and they are slightly thicker and stronger, so I can make little, maybe lead ingots. Maybe I'll try some zinc as well. Got some seashells. Seashells. And some, I don't know, little cakes, muffin type thingies. And more of the bears. These, however, are slightly smaller than the ones I made before. So, yeah, I'm gonna have some smaller bears. And these are sturdier than the previous ones. So, hopefully no really fat expanded bears. So that's that. I also got a blender for, well, I'm kind of working on making my own green sand. And this is just normal playground sand that I've used before in castings. Worked okay, not that good. This, slightly in the shadow, this is a whole bucket of, it's not aquarium sand, this is birdcage sand, at least that's what the packaging said. It had little, I don't know, something in it that was, well, bigger than the sieve. And I went through the whole thing with this and actually got everything out. This really fine sand, and I'm going to be mixing this with my ground up kitty litter, which is bentonite clay. I've learned that facial masks women sometimes get, the clay they put on is also bentonite clay. So basically women are putting kitty litter on their face. This stuff. This is quite coarse, and I've been whacking around with a hammer on a pile that I put in one of these buckets, and I've been hammering away for like, I don't know, 3.5 hours, and I ended up with about half of what's in here. So I thought, let's get a cheap ass blender for $12.50 and then grind this stuff up. So I've been using this for 10 minutes and it broke. I didn't fill it up all the way, just slightly less than half. But yeah, no more worky. Maybe it's a blown fuse, I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can open it, and if that's not working, I'm gonna see to get like a coffee bean grinder, which should probably be stronger because coffee beans are quite tough. Okay, what do I have over here? This is all stuff for future projects. Well, the big thing here is a pump. It's basically one of those old water pumps, which you go around and then you yank the thing, the metallic part and the lever I still have somewhere else. I don't think I'll be using that for anything, but yeah, that's what it came with. The whole thing's made out of copper, so very interesting. Let me get in a bit closer here. Yeah, move my tripod a bit. So I'm sure this is copper, not so sure about this, but most parts are. I will be taking this thing apart, just cutting it into smaller pieces and going about the copper. And this part is lead, because in the olden days, plumbing, lead poisoning, insane people, stuff like that. Okay, so what else do we have here? I've been collecting quite some copper. This is mostly stripped power cables, just the stuff that's in walls and wherever. And I was able to come across quite a bit of it. As you can tell, this is like one piece, so this is really long. And there's a lot of these things. These are the Gaussian cables from old CRT televisions. Those are the big like tube televisions. And thanks to E-Waste Ben, I've learned how to get copper from televisions and monitors, CRT monitors and televisions. This is from a really big one. This is like, I don't know, 300 grams of good copper there. So that's quite interesting. And then these things, this is a small one from a small TV. These are called the yokes. They kind of remind me of funnels. But as you can see, quite some nice copper in there as well. I now have 4 of these, one really small one and a couple of big ones. I think this one is from a CRT monitor, so that has slightly more windings in there. The best way to take these apart is with a very sophisticated tool called a hammer. It's basically just whack at it until all the copper is out. So I will be doing that somewhere in the future. This is my brass pile. There's the ballerina, which I'm not going to be melting, I think, but it's just in here because of brass. And yeah, maybe you've seen that in a previous video as well. I picked up this bowl too somewhere, together with some other stuff. It has a rope, whatchamacallit, handle. And I have quite a bit of these things, because I work as a cable guy and I have to replace all this stuff with new things, and these are basically old. I think you can actually see how old these are. 1987. I think I was like 8 or 9 in that year. So yeah, that's old stuff. And most of this is, I think, zinc. I am going to be testing that with the Mystery Metal Meltdown. I've melted a couple at some point and cast them into a little ingot, and judging by weight and size, I kind of assumed it was zinc. I think it was, but not really sure. So I'm gonna drop a couple of pieces of that into the electric furnace in the crucible and set it to 420, 25, maybe 430 degrees Celsius, which is the melting point of zinc is 420. And if at 430 it melts, then you kind of know it's zinc. Maybe slightly higher, could be some alloys in there, you never know. Alright, so this is a kind of a mystery pile. This is all kind of crap that I got from also work and other places. And none of this is magnetic, and I'm pretty sure that there's some interesting stuff in there. This is actually a weird piece. This has a little flower piece on it, and so does this piece. So it's basically like, I don't know, a lock mechanism from something, but again not magnetic and quite heavy, so maybe it's zinc, not sure. Okay, and in the previous video I showed how to get these plates out of old batteries. These are lead. I will be melting lead when I get all these cleaned up, when they turn into that little window mesh thingy, and when I get all the paper and all the crap off. This is from, I think 2 smaller batteries that I had left. The one that still had some voltage in it I still didn't open. And of course I got a big pile of cans from collecting. I play Pokemon Go sometimes, and I walk around and collect cans because, yeah, what else are you gonna do while playing Pokemon Go? It's not like I talk to people or something. And someone was nice enough to donate a wall mount for a TV, which is, well, basically very thick pieces of aluminium. And the whole thing is complete, so I'm kind of not sure if I'm going to be melting it or maybe using it at some point. But yeah, still big pile of aluminium. And I still have quite a bit of wires to strip down. These are all solid core copper wires. And there are some very long pieces in the bottom, but there's quite a lot of short things. So, but yeah, waste not, want not. I think I showed this in a earlier video. This is a big rod of some, I think, office, I don't know, office furniture or supplies. This is actually a short one. I have a couple of really short ones, like 10. They're like, I don't know. This one is about 80 centimeters. I have one that's about up till here. But then again, I also have a couple which are almost 1.5 meters long. I think I have like 20 of them. So that's quite a lot of aluminium to start melting. And if I am going to be using these, then I can make quite a big bundle of nice little ingots. These are the 80 troy ounce, which I think is 1.5 kilograms or 1.8 maybe, I'm not sure. I did check, but I forgot. So yeah, and then there's this. I showed this pewter bowl at some point, and I said I was going to melt it. Well, I think I might be trying that a little later. And I was at a place where I met someone. Yes, very vague. Someone I did not know, but I got talking and was telling about all melting. Oh, I have one of those pewter bowls, which is actually missing one foot. So I said, do you still need it? Do you still have the foot? Do you want me to try to fix it? No, you can have it. All right, so good. It's actually slightly bigger than this one even. So maybe make some pewter ingots as well. Pewter is basically 80% tin and some other stuff in there. I don't really know the exact amount. And I got this. This is, I think this is iron. Not that interesting, but it's a nice new slag tray. What I wanted to do was actually get, let me see if I can stand this up here. Set it on the stand, yes, stay, alright. So what I wanted to do was get this on there and get my blowtorch and see if I can get the lead off. Because, well, if I'm going to be melting the copper at some point, I need the lead to not be in there. So yeah, I think I might just go and do that. Maybe I'll put that in a separate video, I don't know. But this is basically the stuff I am working on for now. It's quite a lot of stuff to start working on. I have some slightly more interesting projects going on, which take some more time, unfortunately. And due to me failing a lot, it's taking more time than anticipated. So yeah, there will be more awesomer videos than stuff like this, just showing my crap here. And yeah, when those will be uploaded, you'll see some more interesting stuff. But for now, I will leave it at this. This is just stuff for future projects, and there will be more. So see you on the next one.